Hello everyone and welcome to the guide, the primer for POW. So to start very quickly, we're gonna start with throws. So is C throw is mashable for more damage, and it leads into a situation where you do forward B and you can stay in front or backwards, and it avoids a lot of reversals. So it's a good way of a knockdown to set some mix-ups. Is a throw with D actually resets full screen, so you can start your zoning with fireballs. Speaking about is normals, going in order, forward B is a notable normal, is mostly a round ender because people don't expect bow to have front facing overheads. So this is an overhead, and if you set it up meaty, it looks like a low. I'll try again. Yeah, so you can see it's really good. And also you can convert from it only if you're in max mode, with stupid looking stuff like this. Is down forward B is probably his best normal and common normal because it sets into heavy block stun. It's really plus on blocks. So of knockdowns you can do like meteors like this, so you can stay front or back, and it's incredibly good, incredibly plus, and you can set your conversions from there. Down forward D is an OTG, so if you get a knockdown, you can get extra damage like that. Also, funny enough, if you hit it as a counter hit, I'm gonna show you, the opponent will be flown across the screen, and you can do your combos. You can also max activate, and you can do your loops, which I'll show you later. Also, jump and down B is an instant falling button, is safe on block at most heights. So like if you don't do it like up here, you do it quite low, it's always safe on block. But it's really hard to understand when it crosses up and when it stays in front. So it's a great mix-up against your opponent. Oops, again. So this is front, and that is like inverted cross up, as you can see. When it comes to non-common normals, you have things like crouch D that will set into down forward B for frame advantage and conversion. You have a crouch C, which makes bow completely disappear into the ground, so his hurt box is reduced a lot, and it's great to anti-air people at this angle, and also to force trades in case the normal is angled air to ground, depending on timing and so on. Jump CD is also incredible because the hitbox gets projected forward while your hurtbox is directly behind you. You're a small character, so it's going to be really hard for the opponent to anti-air you. In the corner, you can get both supers of a counter hit jump CD, which happens quite a lot in KOF. And mid-screen, only on level 2 with some timing, you can also get super confirm. Also, you have neutral jump C and neutral jump D, which in the corner and in general against tall character will hit 2 times, giving you tons of frame advantage. Oops, again. Stand CD is also good. It projects your hitbox forward, and it does quite a bit of damage, and is also like your best normal anti-air, because as we'll see, your anti-air game is mostly based on specials, positioning, and supers. We're gonna go in order. You have your Psychoball race. This is a great anti-air if you're expecting people to jump at you. You project the fireball forward and you hide your hurtbox behind it. It's a bit slow, it's not the greatest. Standing CD probably works better, but if you have a good read, it will keep them off of you easily. You also have a Psychoball Attack bound. Is this fireball? You can do it in the air as well, and it has a 45 degrees angle, so when, for example, somebody is waiting for you to jump at them, you can stop here and avoid their reversal and punish them for it. You also have Psychoball Attack front. This is your normal fireball. Once again, this one can also be done in the air. So you have several heights to zone with for different characters and different jumps and so on. It can also be set up to be meaty on a knockdown. So you can convert off of that, or you can get frame advantage if they block. You have a reflector. Any fireball, pretty much, aside from Kula Statsu fireball for whatever reason, will get reflected, and your opponent might get punished depending on the speed and if they're ready for it. Also, you have aerial bound. Well, yeah, we talked about this. You can Tiger Knee it as well. Just if you're catching somebody pressing buttons, you can instantly punish them for it. You have the quarter circle forward C, which is also another anti-air, a bit slower, but does way more damage than the normal fireball. A little bit harder to use, but it's rewarding. You also have, as we were saying, this one is not the greatest because, as you see, it has a lot of recovery. So if you don't use it in the corner especially, your opponent can wake up and punish you there most of the time, depending on the angle. You can do it in the air as well, but it just gets worse. You also have this move, the Blanca ball, so to speak, the bow ball. It can be done off a backdash, and it will make it completely safe, sometimes even plus, depending on your character and timing and positioning. This special, while moving you forward, also reflects fireballs. Both of Bao's supers are really, really good. Quarter circle back kick is only a level 1, but it projects a huge hitbox to anti-air jumps, ops, hyper ops, and super jumps. Granted, you have the reactions. Quarter circle back punch is also an anti-air move, but it can also snuff some slow projectiles, given that you have the right read. If you do half circle forward, double kick, you get this super, which is mostly an extender from loops, like from max mode loops. It has the ability to cancel fireballs for whatever reason. And also Bao's max 2 super is a giant ball of gravity. I need to reduce the life, 1 sec. That you can set stuff with. When it comes to neutral, Bao really doesn't have neutral. His buttons are all incredibly short in range and quite slow, very stubby. So he doesn't really have control like many other KOF characters. His only real tools in neutral are jump CD and stand CD to anti-air people. So your neutral is basically a control with fireball and zoning and a lot of evasion with crouch C. You have stuff like this that is plus. It's really annoying because your opponent will need invincibility or parries or counters to deal with that. But it's not really a character to play neutral with. If you like neutral, this character is not for you. If you like zoning neutral, like fireballs and annoying your opponent and being evasive, then is the character for you. Bao's defense is really, once again, based on his fireballs and his zoning. He has good backdashes and jumps, jump CDs and so on. But once you're pressured by the opponent, your goal really is to get them off you, whether it's using your guard cancel stand CD or jumping out of the corner and evading, doing instant air balls, or anti-airing them with this. You don't have a lot of tools. A good thing is that his earth boxes are really, really unreliable. So your opponent might whiff at many moments. And if you play long enough, you will know when they whiff, and you can full punish them for it by simply crouching or crouch C'ing, crouch D'ing. That's really your defense. Both of his reversals and anti-airs are kind of the same thing with Bao, because you use, once again, these two anti-air and these two anti-air, and this is your real reversal. You can anti-air with Corsico forward A for a vertical fireball. You can anti-air with a backdash cancel bounce ball, depending on the range and button that your opponent will hit. You can anti-air with this at some ranges, at some heights. If your opponent like is doing a very big jump and will hit you here, you can meet them up there. You can anti-air with standing CD. This is your best normal anti-air. Your only reversal really is this one. And of course, consider the value of guard cancel roll forwards and guard cancel blowbacks. Despite being a zoner, Bao has also a lot of tools for offense. Mainly, your offense will come from landing a down forward B, since it has a huge frame advantage, and it's almost a mix-up within staying in front or going behind them. Another thing that is good with Bao is jump CDs will give you a lot of frame advantage and set you in range for sequences such as that one. Your down B will be also useful because it's really hard to punish and people don't expect you to come down from a jump that fast. Generally is a character that can do a lot of guard crush, especially if you start looping things with max mode, even on block. And of course, you can exploit that if your opponent is really defensive or doesn't like to use bars for guard cancel rolls and guard cancel blowbacks. Is a character that is, I would say, easy to learn when it comes to his offense, because you have a lot of active frames, so your normals are really, really easy to confirm. The only thing that I would consider him really hard for when it comes to offense is opening people up with his lows. Since his only real low opener is crouch B into standing D, which is a one frame, so you really need to practice that. It's not the hardest of one frames, but it's really high execution, high timing option. He has down forward A as a low, but it doesn't really need to big things. Bao really is not a mix-up character. He has once again things that I already mentioned, such as down forward B, eating front to back and allowing you to convert from there. And also he has down B, which is really easy to make ambiguous, to eat front to back, right? As you can see by diamond switching his block. And also like traps like this. This really is mix of potential overall. Bao strings and it confirms are fairly easy, mostly because the strings on block are fairly short. So you have stuff like close C, forward A to fireball, or if they start jumping over your fireball, you can have stuff like that, a reset into frame advantage, or down forward D to get them to block low. On confirms, you have a lot of times to confirm for Bao's extension. So you can get stuff like this without max mode or with max mode. Bao's combos are fairly easy. So a combo without special cancel will look something like this. Or a combo with special cancel will look something like this. A combo with super cancel will look something like this. A combo with max extension will look something like this. An extension with of the loop will look something like this.